Okay, hey CC students, we are so happy that you're tuning in today, and as we've been doing before, you've seen us interview some of your fellow students just to get to know them, but we also want you guys to get to know some other faces in our church, people who you may not see all the time, but people who really love you guys, and they want to get to know you too. So today I have one of my all-time favorite people. This is Katie. Katie, say hey.
Hey!
So Katie, how long have you been at Christ Church for?
We were just having this discussion, and I think that we've been at Christ Church going on 5 years. We've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So yeah, about 5 years.
Okay, cool. So I actually got to live with Katie and her husband Wes and their 2 boys, and they were so awesome. They're like my Mason parents. They're literally the best people in the whole world. So I'm super excited for this interview. We're just gonna jump into some questions. So the first question is, what is your newfound favorite thing since quarantine?
My newfound favorite thing, it wasn't too new, but the thing that kept me sane in quarantine was Marco Polo. My Marco Polo app. I'm like, I have to have my friends. And I was stuck in my house with people, but they were my kids and my husband, and I needed to socialize. So Marco Polo saved me.
Marco Polo, you guys. If you don't know it, your parents probably know it.
The old people know it.
It's pretty great. I use it all the time now, actually, since you got me on it. I know. So what are you drinking today?
I am drinking a pumpkin spice latte with almond milk.
Pumpkin spice latte, everybody. 'Tis the season. I'm so happy that it's back.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Next question. So if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
It's lame. It's a mom superpower, but my first superpower, especially having been stuck in the house, would be to know when my kids are gonna spill something 5 seconds before they spill it.
Isaac, what happened?
So that I can be there to stop it from happening. I've cleaned up cereal and milk and just nasty spills constantly. I feel like I'm constantly
So seeing in the future.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I want to be able. Can y'all edit this? I want to be able to see into the future.
Okay, so something you guys need to know about the Davis family, besides they're the most wonderful people in the world, they eat more ice cream than literally any other people I've ever met. I love ice cream, but they love ice cream. So Katie, what's your favorite flavor?
Can you answer? Do you know? Do you know? You should know.
I feel like it's anything with chocolate in it.
It is anything with chocolate.
But maybe black cherry or black raspberry.
No, not raspberry, black cherry. You were right. You know my Grater's order.
Yeah.
So Grater's is my favorite. Black cherry chocolate chip with hot fudge.
Yes, with hot fudge. Very important.
Sometimes I go overboard on the hot fudge and then regret it.
There's no such thing. So what about, if you could describe eating that ice cream flavor in a feeling, what would you describe it to be?
Well, it's healthy because it's got cherries in it. So I justify it.
Okay.
It's healthy. I get my dose of fruit. I don't know. It's just ice cream is love.
Ice cream is love.
Just love.
She's balanced, you guys. That's what that is. Okay, so what is your favorite thing about students?
I think my favorite thing about students, they probably don't realize it, but they've got so much ahead of them. And I remember being a student in my youth group and just the passion and the excitement and just wanting to change the world. And I just love to see that in them. But it's really hard to see that oftentimes they get so stuck in just everything that's the minutia that they don't even recognize just how much they have within them and that they can really be effective right where they're at.
Yeah, that's super true. I feel like I love that you said that because you guys really can change the world and you guys are so passionate and you do care so much about so many important things. So that's really cool. What do you feel like for you right now, what's something that God is teaching you?
Oh gosh, God's taught me a lot in quarantine. Right now, I think he's teaching me to listen and not jump to conclusions because, like, pre-COVID, I was face to face with people, so I knew what people's intentions were. I knew where their heads were at when we were having conversation. But then since then, being isolated, it's like really easy to kind of form an opinion or feel like you understand like where somebody's coming from, but in your own little isolated box, you really have no idea. So I feel like kind of what God has shown me is it's really easy to like form an opinion or think you know where somebody's coming from, and you still really need to have like sometimes a hard confrontation or face-to-face conversation with somebody to understand the other side of the story and get their perspective. So I think that's what I've really been learning and trying to not instantly react and get all up in my emotions and instead try to reach out and have what are sometimes really difficult conversations, but work through it.
Yeah. I feel like that's super applicable for students too, with social media and texting and everything. You know, we can get so far away from just being together that we can misinterpret some things and all we have to do is just reach out and talk to people. So that's really cool.
Marco Polo.
Through Marco Polo, you guys.
Or
Shameless plug.
face-to-face.
Yeah, also face-to-face.
Marco Polo should give me a free subscription after.
They honestly, they should. Okay, so last thing, if you could give one piece of advice to students, what would you say?
I would say stop comparing yourself to people. I feel like it's so easy to fall into the comparison game, and I'm still there, and I have to like get out of that all the time. Like, just be who you are and stop waiting for the next thing to like fulfill you. Like just try to be present and be yourself. And I mean I say all that because I've been in both of those places many times, and when I look back on like my best years, it's when I was just being authentically who I wanted to be and really living in the moment. So I think that's my advice.
Well, thanks, Katie, for hanging out with us, and we hope that you guys are doing well. We'll see you soon.
Can you just give a shout out to this champ? Right here.
Ooh,
Didn't make a
nice,
sound.
Brady.